What is up, everybody? Welcome to my channel, Miss Be Ecstatic. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your presence. I am just setting up, settling in, and lighting some sage to get us going. So the energies have been a little all over the place. For me personally, kind of processing a lot of subconscious stuff. Here we go, a little for YouTube, right? A little for YouTube and for you who are watching. Yeah, so, and now I'm restless. Yeah, I was like tired, processing lots of deep subconscious things, memories coming up, some things that were definitely needed for me to bring my awareness towards. I don't know about you guys, but that's what it's kind of been about for me. I'm sure everybody is experiencing it in their own way in some area of their life. But now I'm restless. Yeah, today, I think it's because even though this video is timeless, today Mars is at 29 Pisces, and Mars is my ruling planet. So I'm like, okay, I'm ready to move on, ready to kick it somewhere else. So I'm channeling this energy. I promised a video, and today felt really, really good, really good. So again, this video is timeless. I trust that whenever you find it, you'll find something, that there is something here for you. Please take whatever resonates and leave the rest for someone else. Now, I hope there isn't too much background noise, but if there is, I apologize. So I have, just for right now, our I Ching message. What messages are available for the collective at this time? Thank you. Before I get into it, I'm going to just say a little prayer and clear my energy, even though we have this lovely sage coming through. I just want to connect with my Creator, clear my energy, subconscious blockages, bypassing my conscious mind, accessing the superconscious, connecting to my beloved Creator. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the opportunity to experience the beauty of life today. Thank you for the opportunity to serve life today. May I be of service to life, to the collective, to those around me. In the highest and best good of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And today I am connecting to the living spirit of the I Ching, asking for clear messages to come in through in ways that we can understand, that each person can understand or resonate with, in order to uplift those who are watching, to encourage those who are watching and receiving this, to empower those who are watching and receiving this. May there be something in here for you. All right, let's get into it. What are the messages available for the collective at this time? What are the messages that are available for the collective at this time? What are the messages available for the collective at this time? What are the messages for the collective at this time? What are the messages available for the collective at this time? What are the available messages for the collective at this time? Cool. All right, so we have our hexagram. So the bottom hexagram looks like fire. Yes, fire at the bottom. Our top trigram, bottom trigram is fire. Top trigram is all yin, earth. I'm going to use my quick reference guide. So again, top is earth up here, and bottom is fire, and we bring those together and we have the message 36. All right, and maybe we'll use that quick reference guide for the messages also. Okay, so this one is called censorship, or in this translation, can you see that? Yeah, okay, great. It is called censorship. Can't see that very well. There you go. Darkening of the light. In other translations, it might say something somewhat varied. Okay. So what's interesting about Earth being in the heaven spot, top trigram is heaven related, the heavens, so as above, so below. The bottom is an Earth position. And so we have Earth in the heaven position. And I think that's the darkening part. The fixed part, or not the fixed part, the part that is like the heavens are quiet, or demonstrating the need for quiet, for a more contracted inward. Earth is all open lines, so it's a receptive mode. Fire in the earth position is kind of like a candle, or like a candle, like a small fixed light, or like a small fire. But when it's talking about darkening of the light, it's talking more about your inner light. Basically, and like censorship is more about not speaking, not showing yourself, not peacocking is what I would call it. It's like, and here we are, you know, Mars, 29 degrees in Pisces. Mars is the fire, Mars is the light, and Pisces is the expansive heavens, right? It's the infinite unknown. And so that's interesting. So Mars would be like the small light, internal light traveling through space. Yeah, so censorship isn't really being used in terms of like, I mean, I don't think, and maybe it could be different for each and every one of you how it shows up. Maybe it could be that you are in a position where you can't speak freely, or maybe it's dangerous for you to speak or to show all of your cards at once, or to be completely, like, to share yourself. For some of you, maybe it's not safe. And maybe it's just about timing and waiting is what I'm kind of feeling. So it's also kind of about like, perhaps there's just too much noise out there, too much noise. Maybe there's, we have a lot of noise about war. We have a lot of external noise in our culture, in our society, in our little communities about how we should think or feel about things going on. Yeah. And part of this message, I feel, is getting to the quiet part of your inner world and to kind of protect the peace of your inner sanctum, you know? That's kind of what I'm picking up. Okay, so I'll go ahead and read some parts of this translation. Okay, so you are directly confronted by forces that threaten both your convictions and the attainment of your goals. Unfortunately, your position in this situation is not too powerful. It will be necessary to submit this time of personal censorship and step into the background. You must conceal your feelings. Make it a point to appear externally accepting in a difficult environment. It is both useless and dangerous to expound your convictions, and by doing so, you will only invite further difficulties. However, do not lose sight of your principles for even a single moment. You know what your goals are. So yeah, like some of you might be in a sketchy situation, but in general, we have to, like, it's talking about protecting your principles, protecting your goals, protecting your ideals, and that like it would be useless to share with the outside world at this time. And there's lots of really great Stoic or other types of philosophy writings that say, you know, like keep your vision to yourself, and once you've done or accomplished your goal, that's when you can unveil, so that you're not taking on the dialogue or the criticism or fear or doubt of others. So that's kind of how I'm feeling it at this moment. It is tremendously important to maintain a fierce inner awareness of them, the way this is worded is interesting. It's tremendously important to maintain a fierce inner awareness of them during times, your goals, them being your goals, when they seem almost unattainable. With this attitude, you can strengthen your character and thereby put yourself in a position to transcend this formidable time. And yes, I think we are in formidable times. So it's saying be reserved. If your awareness is hidden, you will not pose a threat to your adversaries. Now remember that, you know, well, let's go on. The language in the I Ching and some of the translations are very like Sun Tzu, and can be a little more yang and politically centric, is what I want to say. And then like some of the language it uses, like the superior man uses his intelligence by concealing it. The superior man, that's you. That's you. That's what we're striving for. So it goes on to talk about it's a poor time to challenge the opinions of others in social interactions. And I think that's true. in some cases. Basically keep a low profile and postpone any political aspirations in general. Okay, so it says, however, in areas of personal and spiritual development, this situation can help you learn to accept times of evil. If one attempts to aggressively deny or ignore evil, then evil is often nurtured in one form or another. Good and evil are as much a part of the cosmos as night and day. It is much easier to develop a sound character once evil is acknowledged and accepted as a part of the world. So the trigram Li, clarity and light, that's the fire, is being totally absorbed and hidden as it moves into kun, receptivity and darkness. Still, it is implied that your goals and convictions are in accord with what is best for you for your inner development and should not be abandoned. It is a part of your fate to be in the limited position in which you find yourself. The Chinese regard acceptance of fate as one of the great virtues. Okay, so I gave you I read you the interpretation. I gave you a little bit of my own. Let's see what Osho Zen, let's bring this out a little bit. There, hi, has to say. Projections. Yeah. So I think that's why it is best to kind of keep some of your more, just guard your goals, guard your energy, guard your peace. And if folks want to take up ideologies and fervor towards their beliefs and project them onto you or the collective, then that this is what we're guarding against. Just be aware of it. But having the inner strength, the inner knowing, the inner certainty, where, like, who you are, what you're what your truth is. What, for me, it's like, I know I'm here to serve. I know I'm doing the best that I can. I know that I don't always get it right. And I know that everyone else, but I hold awareness that everyone else is doing the best that they can from that space too. But having awareness around projections of others, being clear about what's true behind the noise is really what this message is all about right now. I like that. I think it is pretty important. I was going to do Rider Waite, but I think maybe I will save that for another time. And we'll just stick with like oracles and divination. but I will bring you out a little Anna Fairchild Sacred Rebels Oracle. Yeah, I mean, I don't know when you're going to be viewing this, you know, and what's going on in the world. And, you know, every generation, oh, is there one missing? Yeah, it's like, hey, don't forget me. Every generation has its challenges and has its growing pains and themes that it must overcome to mature and bring out their full gifts and genius into the world so that we can continue to evolve and continue to mature as a species. But but things are pretty heavy right now. There's a lot of divisiveness. There's a lot of bifurcation of just splitting of energy, and like a lot of posturing and positioning of others. It's fractured. And we see that throughout our societies and throughout time and history, as I was saying before. So whenever you're seeing this and whatever's going on in your personal life or whatever's going on in the collective at the time of viewing this, perhaps at this time, it may behoove you to get really clear about where you stand with things, and really clear about what is yours and what is not yours, what is a projection of other people's dross, beliefs, ideologies, maybe even their traumas, their personal traumas being projected on you. And to hold awareness for even the person who's projecting onto you has an inner light, an inner truth, an inner innocence that is connected to you. It's not different from you. We share it. And but protecting this part of yourself and acting in a way that hopefully can protect them too. So demonstrating to them that, or hopefully maybe bringing awareness around the projection and the divisiveness and the way that it is harmful. It can be harmful. So that's a tall order for sure. But you are the virtuous woman and man, and we all have a part to play, and this is how we can be of service to others. All right, so from the Rebel Oracle, we have 16. What you want, wants you. It's really beautiful spiral of her hair. You know that hair transmits and picks up frequencies and energy. And there's little pearls at the top of the ends. Yeah, so I think this can speak to the goals and the ideals and the goals and the principles and the truth that we want to express, we also want to see in the world, right? So in darkening of the light or censorship, we're protecting this. But it's there. It exists already. It exists already. And you see how these blues coincide? Well, they all coincide with blues. And then we have she feels, she knows. Number 22. I haven't seen this one. So let's take a look real quick. These interpretations, some of them can be really long and some of them much shorter. So it says, an illumination is erupting from within as a vision that is bringing what was once obscured into clarity. This is not likely to happen as a blinding, shocking insight, but as more of a softer, gentle knowing. It is like knowing something without understanding exactly when or how you came to know it. This insight will assist you, and you are asked to honor it and take care of it. Take care of it. You will know which insight it is at the right time. Your heart will tell you. You are therefore being asked to rely upon the clarity that is coming to you now, or has just recently come. Gently but firmly from the place of knowing, intend to act and take your next steps forward. But don't tell nobody about it. Don't tell anybody. Keep it to yourself. Keep your visions to yourself. The situation you find yourself in now may not be one of joy, but in time you will understand more of the bigger picture. You will come to see why things are happening as they are and how you are being helped on to the next stage of your path, even though it may look like an obstacle right now. You're asked to think in terms of long-term happiness. Sometimes this warrants change or even temporary restrictions, darkening of the light. In the short term, if you can't see how the present can possibly become what you sense the future to be, this message is especially relevant. Through the natural process of transformation, great leaps are indeed possible. You simply must be prepared to surrender into the process with absolute trust. This oracle brings you specific guidance. The situation in your current life are particularly geared towards a more significant manifestation that is coming to you, according to your life path and purpose. This is a stage of preparation and building a foundation that will hold you strong and centered as your creative journey unfolds and your life path becomes ever more brilliant and luminous. So keep plugging away, remain patient, but most of all, be hopeful and trust in the light you sense ahead of you. For it is the light that is within you, simply revealed more fully, and all that is happening now is happening to that end. So I like how that kind of ties into the I Ching today. And the number 22 for foundations, envisioning and knowing that you already have it, being aware of how sharing too much or giving away too much of your energy can be detrimental, because then you open up to the projections of others. but also holding space and awareness for their higher self, their unified, the way that we connect and our oneness with one another. So, a lot of work around this reading. Yeah, it's what's available today. It might not be the most cheerful, joyful, but it certainly is important and feels pretty complete for me. So, yeah. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that. And, I'd love to hear how this might be showing up for you. I'd love it if you just tell me a little something about it in the comment section. Yeah, what do you think? How does that feel to you? Do you resonate? If so, give us a like and make sure you're subscribed. And we'll see you in the next video. Peace.